Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Monday, April 2nd, 2012. If you recall, it was, here in the US anyway, it was Sunday, I believe, March 25th. Toys R Us had their real big Dragon's Peak unveiling day. Uh, kind of hit and miss on that one. I won't go into it here. But basically what happened to me, I went in there and there were two left. They were behind the counter, apparently held somehow, and wasn't able to get one locally, had to order it in. Luckily caught it on toysrus.com, which I should mention right here at the start, for 30 days, at least from the 25th, Dragon's Peak is going to be exclusive to Toys R Us. If you have trouble landing it there and your only option is, say, eBay or Amazon, and you don't really want to pay whatever price above retail, just hold out once it's, released after the 30-day window. GameStop, Target, Walmart. One, it should be easier to find, and two, you will also save some money because you can pick it up for $19 instead of $24.99. What amazes me is they have the 30-day exclusive window, and you would think that Toys R Us would have had a predetermined quantity that they wanted to have access to. And sadly, that has not been the case. It's been roughly, 2 weeks, and my local store is yet to get another shipment past the ones they sold on the 25th. Obviously, if you don't have it, you can't sell it, and the sad thing is online it'll show that it's out of stock. Anyway, again, like I said, mine came from toysrus.com, $24.99. Their tax rate doesn't match what you pay locally, and their shipping is crazy, but, I figured I'd just go ahead and do it. Of course, what this is Dragon's Peak, the final adventure pack. It's chapter 26, thus wrapping up the 26 chapters. You get, obviously, the level, Sunburn. You get Sparks the Dragonfly and the winged boots. So you kind of get a good look at everything here on the front. Then on the back, you've, of course, got your screenshots of Sunburn. You've got the level, kind of their box art there. They're promoting Empire of Ice. They show you the other Fire Element Skylanders. What we will do now is go ahead and I've pre-cut this. It has been a long time since we've actually unboxed anything. Sadly, doesn't seem to have gotten much easier. So, of course, what I try to do, and I'm sure what a lot of you try to do, is keep the packaging as nice as you can, which is oftentimes not possible. But we didn't botch that one too terribly bad. A little scotch tape will take care of it. But we will go ahead and first thing we will get out is Sparks the Dragonfly. And like I said, these are really kind of a pain. But Sparks, for hardcore Spyro fans, it's a pleasant surprise. I think he's only missed one game, Dawn of the Dragon, I believe. He is a magic item in this game. What he does is he shoots fireballs, obviously defeating enemies for you. Then the catch is the enemies that are defeated turn into butterflies, which you can eat to regain health. So should be a nice feature, something to come in handy. Then the winged boot. It's actually you would kind of think you would like gain flight abilities, but from what I understand, it just increases your speed. It almost looks like something you'd see from The Legend of Zelda. But anyway, the speed boost will be nice. Hopefully there's an instance where we need it in the game. The level itself, Dragon's Peak, bear in mind, once you put this on your portal of power, you don't have to keep it on every time. It'll just be there. This is something you couldn't see from the inside. This is actually a winding staircase. Actually, pretty nice detail. On the packaging, of course, it's a waterfall coming out of the dragon's mouth. And last but not least, we have Sunburn. What I wanted to make a comment on with Sunburn, I noticed this through the packaging. You can kind of see some yellow there, where it should be the red feathers. There's kind of something, just to the side of, I guess the retina. It just doesn't seem like they're painted as well, as say some of the early ones, which it's really not that huge of a deal, but it's just something, from a collector standpoint, or if you're, kind of picky and try to take care of your stuff, a little bit of a letdown. But he seems really light for as big as he is. I'm pretty sure they just switched suppliers to kind of try, keyword try, to speed up production. But, you know, nonetheless, of course, with every adventure pack or Skylander that you purchase, you're going to get this. We will take a look. You get the trading card for Sunburn. Power 60, defense 65, speed 65, and luck 70, which none of that really amounts to anything. Here's your card for Dragon's Peak. Then we've got the winged boots, the magic item, and of course Sparks the Dragonfly. Other nice feature, you know, you get these stickers. You know, if you put them in collector's cases, or you know your kids want the sticker somewhere. I just kind of keep them all together. Then you do get the web codes for, you know, the level, the items, and the character. I'm not going to show those because people, for whatever reason, pause videos and try to read fine print and steal your web codes for Spyro's universe. But I'll go ahead, I'll get those registered before I actually post this video. Like I said, this is chapter 26, Dragon's Peak, the final chapter. I'm extremely excited because I can finally grab, you know, the last of the hats, the last of the story scrolls, the last legendary treasure. So it'll be nice to kind of have that. The soul gems, this will be the only place you can get, you know, Sunburn soul gems, so we can kind of take care of that. Sunburn himself is the final Fire Element Skylander. He'll actually join Flameslinger, Igniter, who is also a Wave 4 release in single format. He will be in a triple pack for Wave 5 off in the distance. Of course, he's been around since the start in the 3DS starter pack. And of course, you have the Old Guard and Eruptor. Also wanted to go ahead and you know, just kind of refresh everyone's memory. You see in the back here, this is chapter 23, Empire of Ice with Slam Bam. Then here we've got chapter 24, Pirate Seas with Terrapin. And of course we have chapter 25, Darklight Crypt with Ghost Roaster. So chapter 26 will wrap up. It's the last of the 4 adventure packs. I'm sure a lot of you know this, but I don't watch anything ahead of time. I try not to read much. What I have been told, Daphne on Twitter said she lost several level 10 Skylanders. So I'm assuming it's somewhat challenging, or at least, you know, there's elements where, you know, you kind of be in high risk, I suppose. I've heard it's, you know, about typical length you'd expect. The story, though, on Sunburn, I want to go ahead and go into that. He was actually born in an active volcano. He is part phoenix and part dragon. And sad thing is, he cannot fly. That's why I assume everyone at the start, you know, before we knew this, thought the winged boots might be flight. But they're just speed. And sadly, Sunburn's upgrades don't allow flight, you know, even hover or anything. That's a little bit of a letdown, but he actually ranks really low. If you go to my blog, I guess almost a month ago, I updated the Skylander rankings. He's kind of down towards the bottom. I did one with health included and one without. Without the health, he's actually 37th, which is last place. But I'm going to go ahead. He's got a lot of fans right now, of course. I'm going to give him a fair shot, kind of see how he plays. I'll try to use him as much as possible in Dragon's Peak. But just to kind of contrast, the trading card, of course, right here doesn't really mean much in-game. His health, you begin at 280, maxes out at 560, which is pretty good. His speed is 43 out of the box, but after the heroic challenges it would be 91, which that's, I believe, what Spyro is. He moves pretty good at that point. Sunburn's weak spot is definitely the armor. It begins at 24, maxes out at 54. His critical hit starts at 30, maxed out 60. And his elemental power, of course, is 25. It'll max out at 100. Those are, of course, your actual in-game stats, which are relevant, as opposed to whatever it is Activision and Toys for Bob's put on the trading cards. But, you know, those pretty decent numbers. But like I said, if you kind of do the math and look on the blog at the Skylanders' overall ranks, it's, you know, not very high. Of course, if he has great gameplay or, you know, attacks and upgrades, you know, that won't really weigh in that much anyway. The interesting thing, story-wise anyway. Since he's so rare, he's actually, of course, the only Phoenix Dragon hybrid known in Skylands. But this could play out, in later games or Giants or something. But of course, there's bounty hunters that want a piece of him, and then dark wizards, kind of want to have access to him, particularly for his teleportation. Which, if you watch the playthroughs when we had the battle for the fire element, it was basically what I kept saying is it's hard to know how to attack Sunburn because he would basically be here and then he's over here, and yeah. So the teleportation should be pretty cool, and like I said, he's real popular right now. But that is basically what you get with Dragon's Peak. It's chapter 26. If you've got everything else, this will let you kind of complete some of the accolades and collections. But you get the trading cards, for the items, the character. You get the web codes for Spyro's universe. You get the stickers. You get 2 magic items, the winged boot, Sparks Dragonfly. You get the actual, location piece or level. Of course, Sunburn. We've covered the rest of the fire elements here, showed you the rest of the adventure packs. The other thing that you can try to get at Toys R Us right now is Blue Bash. The reason this piece of paper is here, this is my Blue Bash. I won't show you the other side to protect my identity, but that is a rain check. And I'm sure you're all jealous of the rain check, because we know when we go and hunt of some exclusive Skylander, why would you want that in hand when you could have a blank 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper? Story on that, I'm just saying this because I know I'll get asked. Toys R Us is basically get the Blue Bashes in, boxes of 6. My local store had 12 of them. Obviously, if any employees hold one back or buy one, it's going to go down from there. That's why some of you might have heard your store had 5. That means there's a gamer or a manager or someone's hawking them on eBay, and that's why the number would be down. The most I've heard of a TRU having was 18. Like I said, mine had 12, which I'm surprised we didn't just have 6. So not very many of you probably had it. I have had people on the blog say they walked in late in the day and there were 10 still there. But I don't know why mine was doing rain checks, but I'm sure not going to argue with it. I have no clue if it'll come to fruition or not. But they told me June, and they'd kind of know more later on. But, if you're bummed out you didn't get one, you might, it's worth a shot calling or going in seeing if they're doing rain checks. So he's kind of the special, wave 4, if you will, that I'm aware of. As for Lightning Rod and Zook, I have never seen them locally in a single or a triple pack. That said, at like 3:30 this morning, ToysRUs.com had some in stock. I went ahead and ordered it. Hopefully the shipping won't be as big of a debacle as Dragon's Peak was. But I'll get them unboxed, kind of introduce them when they come in. But like I said, Sunburn is the hot ticket item right now. It seems like everyone loves him. I'll kind of see what I think, and I'm really looking forward to Dragon's Peak just because, number 1, it's new. Number 2, I've heard it's somewhat hard. And then really my main reason personally, we can finally grab the legendary treasure, the last one, the last of the hats, the last story scroll, the last soul gem, so we get all that stuff taken care of. So I think it'll be pretty cool. But anyway, I think I've covered everything in detail for you, show you what you get. Again, $24.99, Toys R Us. Please don't buy from the scalpers. This really isn't worth $50, particularly if you wait. You'll get it for $25 from Toys R Us, or if you can't pull that off, you'll save $5, when it comes out to the other stores after the exclusive window. I know a lot of times, the stores don't really enforce the 1 per customer, or people hold them, but just do your best to hold out, save some money, watch videos, whatever you have to do. But that wraps it up. Chapter 26, it'll be the final chapter, let you complete stuff if you've got it all. And what I plan to do is finish uploading and editing the last of the time trial goals, and then I'm going to get started on Dragon's Peak because I'm very excited. But anyway, if you've got any questions that I didn't answer here, feel free to ask here on YouTube. The blog is probably your best place for a quick response. It's oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And as always, thanks for watching.